Hi class, the topic of today's discussion is inventory control. As we have already studied that inventories means the value and amount of material and resources on hand. It could be raw material, it could be work in progress, it could be finished goods, it could be stores and spares. Inventory can be of any type. It could be in the form of raw materials, it could be in form of work in progress, it could be in form of finished goods, or it could be in form of stores and spares. Inventory control is a process by which inventory is measured and regulated according to predetermined norms. Each and every organization requires to have a proper process, need to follow some norms, some process to control the inventory. As we have already studied that inventory could be of any type. It could be inventory of raw materials, inventory of work in progress, inventories of finished goods. So organizations need to have proper level of inventories so that they can have a proper control on cost of entire production process. So there are certain predetermined norms with the help of which organizations control the inventories. These are economic lot size or for order or production, safety stocks, minimum level, maximum level or order level, etc. Inventory control pertains primarily to the administration of established policies, systems and procedures in order to reduce the inventory cost, as I discussed right now, that the main motive for inventory control is to have a reduced cost of production. Each and every organization wants to achieve economies of scale. They want that with the minimum cost, they could achieve higher level of profits. So, inventory control is one of the measures which are being used by organizations to reduce the cost of inventory. As we all know that it holds some cost to store inventories, to have proper personals to look after the inventory, to have insurance of those goods which are being stored by organization, to provide proper security over those goods and to protect those goods from deterioration and obsolescence. It is the foremost duty of any organization if they are into production of goods and services. So, in order to save that cost, in order to reduce that cost, in order to manage that cost, each and every organization require inventory control. We know that sometimes it is more economical for any organization to purchase an item on demand rather than to maintain a stock of inventory, because maintaining an inventory as a stock means looking after the proper storage space, looking after proper personals to be hired, looking after proper insurance facilities to be taken for protection of goods, providing proper security to prevent the goods from deterioration and obsolescence. So it costs higher. So it is more economical to buy the inventories as and when required by any organization. At the same time, a certain minimum amount of each item must be held to minimize the chance of stockouts. Every organization must ensure that they have at least minimum level of stock so that they cannot get into a problem of stockouts. Inventory control. First objective of using inventory control systems and techniques is to meet the unforeseen future demands which may variate due to different future demands of people, of customers. Customers may have different demand, they may have different tastes from at every point of time. So to meet that unforeseen future demand due to variations in forecast figures as well as the actual figures at that point of time. Second one is to average out the demand fluctuations due to seasonal or cyclic variations. There may be certain demand fluctuations due to seasonal and cyclic variations. To meet the customer requirements timely, efficiently, effectively, smoothly and satisfactorily. It is required by every organization to have a proper inventory control system. to smoothen the production process, to reduce the loss which may be due to changes in price of inventory items, to meet the time lag for transportation of goods, to meet the technological constraints of production processes, to balance various inventories such as order cost or setup cost and inventory carrying cost, to minimize the loss due to deterioration, obsolescence, damage, pilferage, etc., as we have discussed right now, as also to stabilize employment and improve labor relations by inventory of human resource and machine efforts. We all have I have discussed all these points earlier in definition of inventory control as well, that it helps you to balance out various inventories at different points. Like it may help you in balancing the ordering cost of raw materials. It may help you in balancing the carrying cost of goods. It may help you in meeting the different time lags in transportation of goods. It helps you to meet the technological constraints in production processes. It helps you to stabilize employment. It helps you to improve labor relations. So there are n number of objectives that why organizations move towards the inventory control system, proper and appropriate inventory control systems. Now we'll understand and conclude these objectives of inventory control system with the help of small video. Have a look. We have discussed right now that inventory control is a system that enables any business organization to control inventories of stock, inventories of items, so that these inventories can never go out of stock, and thereby ensuring the minimum cost of inventories. It also ensures that inventories are properly controlled with the least cost possible. Objectives can be concluded as: there may not be any risk of stockouts. Stock will be always properly maintained by any organization using proper inventory control measures, and we can ensure least cost also. There will be minimum optimum level of inventories so that companies can eliminate the excess cost. It facilitates any organizations to have proper inventory requirements. Safety stocks should be maintained by any organizations to meet the proper demand. Safety stocks means the minimum level of inventories that any organization should have, so that they can ignore overstocking of material as well as understocking of material. And the ultimate objective is to ensure that higher and excessive costs can be eliminated. Now, it may happen sometimes that companies are into production or storage of some pilferage goods, like any eatable. So it is important for them that they must maintain such level of inventories so that there should not be any overstocking and understocking, and inventory control system should be such an efficient system so that they can finish off their inventories before they get deteriorated. So optimal stock should be maintained, and any organization is able to maintain the optimal stock using the inventory control systems. Companies are also able to maintain proper records of inventories, which can prevent from stealing, from leakages, from pest, and they may be able to order the right stock at right time, and they may able to order the right stock at right time. So this is how we can see the system of proper inventory control helps any organization to have a proper stock of goods at right time, right place, and in right numbers. Secondly, it helps any organization to avoid overstocking and understocking. It helps organizations to maintain optimal level of inventories at least cost. Rest will continue in next class. Thank you.